This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here at the Trimmer Store, your trimming and processing specialists. Since 2010, they have been providing for the public right here in Denver. I am joined by the owner as well as general manager. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Let's start off a little bit about yourself, Greg. I mean, this is a company that began here. Share with me a little bit about your background, how you got involved in trimming.
Well, one of my business partner, who's not here today, we started it in 2010. It was just a simple idea of, he was a grower at the time and needed a machine and looked on Craigslist and nobody had one, and I said, why don't we throw one up on Craigslist and pretend we have one and see if people call. And within 4 hours we had 5 people call, so we went and bought one machine, and now we have all these.
Hence the birth of many businesses out there. I mean, yes. Something that didn't exist, you felt the need for. Let me ask you, Adam, as the general manager here, is this an industry that you're familiar with, and how did you get involved with it?
Well, I started as a grower, and I used to come and rent machines, and I eventually, learned more about the machine. I got to know these guys pretty well. I liked what they were doing. I thought it was a really good idea, and I just wanted to do what I could to get involved in it. So
grow the business.
Exactly.
I mean, as Colorado, as they passed the law for basically legal marijuana, a lot of companies rose up, a lot of growers out there, a lot of dispensaries out there. But did you also find there was a lot of companies behind the scenes that are supporting that industry and that really make it so they can exist and thrive?
Yes, a lot of ancillary businesses have grown from it. Security companies, alarms, surveillance, transportation, the growers, grow stores, and then businesses like ours that the rental business has been out there for a long time, but we created the idea of renting equipment within the cannabis industry. So, I mean, we didn't invent the wheel, we just invented this wheel. But we've run with it and we've learned a lot. Every year we strive to grow, do better with our community and better with our products and our customers.
I mean, not only the cannabis industry, but any industry out there, they really focus on productivity, efficiency. This is where you guys come in. I mean, these machines basically take care of things like that to reduce, days into hours maybe?
Cost, streamline, always having the same amount, these products, these companies now are producing huge amounts, and they need to be able to have a standardization on how fast they can trim, how much they can trim, and our equipment that we sell, the companies that we do, that's what they do. And we help each and every client, because they grow different kinds, different amounts, dry, wet trimming, and we help them set up and streamline their process and their cost. Trimming is where they can save a lot of money as the value of cannabis has been driven down a little bit in the last.
Let me ask you this. I mean, obviously this is an industry that grew pretty quick. There's probably challenges, problems that they didn't even realize they had. And we're talking about something that they probably look back at now, or maybe they're still trying to grasp the idea and understand that there's some needs out there that they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I know that it's tough. The industry is constantly changing with the laws and everything, so we have to constantly be on our toes to, make sure that we adhere to those for sure.
Greg, when you started the company back here with your partner, is that something you experienced where you actually seen people realize, hey, I didn't even realize I had that problem, but you're right?
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of the things have changed in the standardization of the equipment. Like everything used to be aluminum, now everything is surgical steel. These are constantly upgrades that constantly have to happen, because as it goes from where it's medical to, there's a difference between medical and recreational, the way things are grown and the way they're distributed to clients. So we provide the highest grade. Our material, our machines are the best in the standard for that industry. I mean, as it's grown, we constantly are changing our equipment to keep up with the new laws and new standardizations as they become nationwide.
Let me ask you this, for folks out there that may not know it. Trimming, by hand, manually. I would imagine it has to be pretty labor intensive. I mean, as a grower, tell me about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's labor intensive, it's cost intensive. You have to hire an entire trim crew to come over, and depending on the size of your harvest, I mean, you could have 30 people in there working 10 hours, 12 hours a day, sometimes more, and you're paying these people hourly. So, and I would say what 10 people can get done in 4 hours, a machine could handle in 45 minutes.
That is impressive. We're talking about a pound, throw it in, 10 minutes later, it's out, done. Every company out there, regardless of what industry it is, they're benefiting from automation. I mean, has this industry kind of slowed to kind of embrace that and realize that automation is something that can help them rather than hinder them?
At first, it was tough. People very much were against the idea of machine trimming because, I mean, the older school of thinking with, cannabis was, it's kind of, the hippies and growing, but now it's business. It's, it's all business now. So if you own a business and you can cut your staff by having 20 people that generally, can show up late, smoke cigarettes, take breaks. Machines don't need that. And they're consistent. As I was saying earlier, that's what really people know is they can go out and say, with this machine, it will trim 50 pounds an hour instead of 5 people that might trim 10 or might trim 12. So they can streamline their process and know exactly how much they're going to do each day. So the grow operations managers can plan right down to a T, finishing, drying, to shelf, to sale, and back at it again every single time.
A lot easier to hit your deadlines when you know exactly how much you can actually do compared to maybe somebody calling in sick or somebody not pulling their weight. I mean, this is an industry that has grown really quick. You've got home growers out there that maybe they're only doing a harvest every so often, all the way to large commercial growers that are really knocking it out. Regardless of the size in between, with so many growers out there, does it actually affect the price and almost bring the price down? And one more reason why you have to be extremely competitive just to survive.
Yes, that is one of the biggest reasons. Is I'd say in the last 2 years, we've seen the price of cannabis drop per pound, by wholesale by nearly 50%. So where, these, the owners and the managers, they're looking to find ways to drop the price, and this machinery is one of the biggest things because hand trimmers cost on average between $15 and $20 an hour. That's 25 to 30 people that you would need to hire to do a medium-sized grow when one machine can handle that and 2 people can operate it.
Let's talk about the machines a little bit. Are we talking about machines that you can rent, machines that you can buy, or possibly both? And kind of what are the pros and cons there?
We do both. We rent, repair, and sell trimmer machines. The pros and cons to that would be if you're a small grower, you're harvesting every 3 to 4 months, it benefits you more due to the price of the machines to rent them and charge a daily rate to them. That saves them money. If you're, an outdoor hemp farm, and you're growing acres of product, you're going to need machines. You're going to need to own them. Renting them per day, it wouldn't be cost effective for you.
I mean, I look at your guys' website out there. You make shopping pretty easy. You got the shop tab there. You've got all the machinery there. But let's face it, this is still new to a lot of growers out there. I mean, kind of dangerous, I would think, to order something like that online, out of state. You don't even know who the guys are. There's nobody local who can support you. Tell me a little bit why you felt it was important to be available online, but at the same time, you're right here.
Well, I mean, we obviously want to market to the whole world. But I mean, one of the reasons we do sell a lot of out of state is because when people call us, they can tell that we have 10 years experience doing it. We're not just a grow store that only sells the equipment. Since we rent it, we service it every day. And we hear from every single different grower about, my cannabis was this thick or this airy, so this works best. And that helps us transfer that knowledge to our new prospective clients. So our web business drives us to us on the phone, and our knowledge is what sells the equipment, is why we get the sale, because we will help people after they buy it. We'll talk them through it in another state.
Quite honestly, you've got an industry that changed drastically. Your company changed right along with it, because what you guys were basically offering machines at the beginning. You're now the one-stop shop. You become the experts on these things because people are looking for answers. They're looking for guys that have heard the stories out there, have hands-on experience, and you've evolved into really the consultants, if you will. Was it exciting seeing this shift in your company?
Always, every day, growing it. And I mean, I love helping my clients. I mean, that's really one of the things that I love about this job, is the meeting new people and being able to, I don't want to say talk them in, because we already know they need it, but being able to use your knowledge to convince them to the right machine, that you're selling them the right machine. And then the gratification is when, after they use it their first harvest, and they call us back and say, "You were spot on, man. Thank you very much. Like, that saved me time. You taught us how to use it, and you were there every step of the way." That's the best part.
I mean, like you said, Greg, basically buying the right machine. I mean, let's face it, this is an investment. These machines are investments. You don't want to buy the wrong one. You don't want to find something that doesn't fit for you. With your guys' expertise in their corner, they're able to help them find the right machine, do it right the first time. And so obviously that has to be important to the folks out there. Is that what you think keeps bringing them back and really what separates your company?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we listen to our customers' feedback. We've, started picking up machines that we used to not stock simply because of the positive feedback we've gotten. And on the other side, we've stopped carrying certain things due to, our customers not being happy with it. We thrive off of our feedback and our relationship with our customers. So without their knowledge and their input, we wouldn't know what the best next route would be.
That is great. I mean, let me ask you this. It's nice to have a physical location here as well, for the fact that if somebody wanted to come in, maybe get a demo of one of the machines, is that possible? Or even maybe they've got something they want to demo out on location somewhere. Is that something you're able to go out and educate them as well?
Yeah, I mean, what we do is basically we do what we call a demo rental. Like, so basically if a client rents the machine for the day and then they decide to purchase one within 30 days, we knock the rental price off. But cleaning and labor, we have to charge for. But we will go out, and we always let them, that way we can bring multiple different machines and they can physically try it with their own product and see which one they like the best, and then purchase based on their needs. I mean, we try to steer them the right way, but ultimately the customer decides what they want, and so we help them get it. But that's our way of letting them use it. That's what a lot of the bigger companies do with us that own their own machines. Not very many places will rent to, like a grocery store. It comes out of the box. Here they can try it, get our knowledge from it, and then make their purchase based on what their needs are and what works best for them.
What a valuable asset to the industry out there. I mean, let's face it, dispensaries, growers, these guys are listening from salespeople every day. Somebody trying to show you the latest gizmo, gadget, snake oil, you name it. These guys probably really value the fact that they come to you for unbiased, real advice. Not only just on the machines themselves, but let's say on starting a facility, how to lay one out the best, actually maintaining a facility. Or like you say, maybe you're looking for trimmers, human trimmers. You guys have networks and connections that they probably don't have on their own.
Correct. We can help people in any way they need. I mean, and not just with trimming. Anything after the grow is what we specialize in. As you said, there's so many grow stores out there. We focus on the processing part, which is taking the trim that they use to now make shatter, wax, edibles, anything like that. And we sell the equipment that's used in that. And those are two separate types of machines, the trimming machines and then any type of processing machine. So we specialize in all of that and help people get that equipment for whatever they need.
I mean, you not only sell the equipment now, you're basically servicing what you sell. And as we know, we can't put a price on somebody coming out after hours or when needed, when productivity is down because a machine goes down. That has to mean the world to the growers out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't count how many times we've went home and closed up for the day, only only to get a call that, a belt snapped or something like that. And I mean, I've made trips down here at 10 o'clock. I know he's been down here way later than that. What's most important to us is that the client is happy, because if they're not, we're not here.
When you began the company, Greg, obviously you realized the need for a good trimmer. Obviously that was a key in success for these companies out there, probably before they even knew it. You guys had realized something like that. But you also realized that it wasn't the only thing. You realized that the knowledge that you were basically able to provide years later from selling these machines is really turned out to be just as knowledgeable, if not more so.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and it's also goes two ways. We provide a lot of feedback for our actual manufacturers, because a lot of times by the time their machine gets to the grower, they don't really ever hear about it. But with us renting them on a daily basis, we see what breaks first, or what friction point or something that isn't right. And we can say, listen, every one of our growers has said this, about the machine, X, Y, or Z. And we provide that information to them, which lets their engineers know, hey, this machine every day, we didn't think of that. And it's been a very good symbiotic relationship with our vendors as well. They value our information as much as we value their machines. It's a two-way street. It's been helped all of us grow and be more successful.
That is excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, check out the shop tab there. You're going to see some great machines there. We focused heavily on the trimmers, but honestly, many accessories that you can get as well. We're talking about the trimming shears, vacuum sealers, you name it. These guys are the experts. If you're maybe starting a facility out there, you're thinking about starting small, definitely want to give them a call. Or maybe you're looking at maintaining what you have already, or maybe you're just looking for some answers from somebody you can actually trust that is not basically unbiased in the industry. Who are you going to call? It's real simple. It's the Trimmer Store. Come on down, give them a call, check them out online, located right here in Denver, Colorado. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.